It's been almost 3 days since 10-month-old baby girl Saanvi Venna was abducted in Philadelphia and the US, and there are still no clues on the baby's whereabouts or her kidnappers. Saanvi was abducted on Monday after her grandmother was murdered inside an Upper Marion apartment building in King of Prussia, Philadelphia. Police have issued an Amber Alert for Saanvi and a massive manhunt too has been launched. The FBI is now involved in the search for the missing infant. But as investigators struggle to reunite Saanvi with her family, her father has made a tearful plea for his child's safe return.
Pleading everyone's help in finding my 10-month-old niece. Please call the police if you have any information that can help locating Saanvi. All the family is grieving my mother's tragic death and praying for the safe return of my niece Saanvi. I hope this can lead to we can successfully locate Saanvi.
Investigators so far are tight-lipped on whether there are any suspects or persons of interest in the kidnapping of Saanvi Venna and the murder of her grandmother. The Telugu Association of North America has announced an award of $15,000 for information that leads to the arrest of the assailant and the kidnappers. Meanwhile, there's outrage against the twin crimes and it's been pouring out on social networking websites. The Find Saanvi Venna Facebook page has got close to 400 comments praying for the child's safe return. Saanvi's parents emigrated to the US in 2007. Well, Gurmeet Sodhi now joins us from New York with the latest. Gurmeet, no breakthrough as yet. FBI has joined these investigation and we believe an Amber Alert has been sounded. What does that really mean? Or is the police now willing to disclose a little more information on the investigation so far?
No, not yet. The police still have not disclosed anything, and they've declined to identify any information. They do not really have any leads on this yet, and they're working on it, and they've called this a homicide investigation. So the rescue mission to recover the child, Saanvi, is still in process, but there's no updates from the police as of yet.
And Gurmeet, could you also tell us a bit more about the family here? The grandmother, as we know, was murdered in the same house at the time this child was abducted. But are the parents Indian passport holders or are they now US citizens? And can the Indian mission there step in?
You know, that information has not been released, what their legal status is in the US right now. I think for privacy reasons, they're holding all of this back, any information, because they don't know if this is really an inside job or an outside job. They don't know any information. So they're not releasing any information about the parents or the family. The police are trying to keep as much information very low-key as possible.
And Gurmeet, I believe reward money too has been announced for any of those who could come out with any information on the baby who has been abducted, and of course of the assailants. We still don't know how many people were involved in the crime and who it could be.
No, we don't actually. The Indian community has come together really well for this, and they're the ones. There's a woman who lives in King of Prussia, which is where the incident has happened. They have not released her name yet either for privacy reasons, for security reasons, and she has organized to pay $30,000 in reward in leading any information leading to the safe return of Saanvi.
All right, Gurmeet sir, thank you for joining us from New York with the latest on that case.